Howdy everybody, how y'all doing? Well, if you've been paying attention to social media lately, and even the news, well, I bet you've been hearing a lot of people talk about the word gate. That's right, gate. Right? Those things that are really important for having an enclosed structure that you want to allow things to enter or leave or keep things from doing either of those things, right? Very much of a point of structural integrity, right? Usually there's a latch, and depending on how important the items inside this enclosure, well, usually there's a lock in some sort of way to make sure that what is in stays in, and what's out doesn't go out, stays out, right? And there's a lot of reasons to have a gate, protect things. If you say you got a wall, but you want to be able to let things pass through that once in a while, right? You don't want to completely keep side A away from side B. You build a gate, right? Or a door. Some of the popular ones that I've heard about, a lot. I mean, there's one they used to talk about a lot for like poolside stuff, or I think it was at like a hotel pool or something. It's for water, right? And then more recently, if I know a lot of you guys out there on the side of the YouTube, you guys came here because, well, you guys love your comic books, right? And sometimes you need some sort of door or a gate or locking mechanisms to, well, keep all those in one place and protect them, because I understand that some of those comic collections, well, they cost a lot of money, right? So you definitely want to protect them, their contents, and the value that they have to you. And then the other gate that I've heard of a lot lately, is I think for people who play video games, right? I mean, you guys know how much. You guys pay attention. You know how much video games are starting to cost, the rise, and I'm not here to talk about that issue necessarily, but if you collect physical media, or even if you download games, that's a lot of stuff you want to protect, right? And maybe it's not just video games. Maybe it's you got a playpen for all the kids, or maybe older kids, like adults who like to play like kids and run around. Or, maybe it's not just for video games, but it's for all your sports equipment. You need gates for those gamer stuff, right? It only makes sense because you want to protect it. It's only natural. So, I'm not really sure why it's so important. Why we gotta talk about it. I guess the weird thing to me for all this talk about gates is why people want to keep the gate. Forgive me, I understand why you would want to keep a gate for the obvious reasons that we just spoke about, and for the structural integrity, for the value to protect the things that you value, that you love, that you care about, right? But I think it's odd, right? If you own a gate, why wouldn't you just own the gate? What's inside the gate? Like, just own it. Own the value, and own what you got. Own what you're presenting. Own it, right? But I guess, okay. Now, I was thinking about it a little bit the other day, and I'll admit that if you got a lot of items, and you got a lot of things to protect, and you need more than one gate, and, well, maybe it's some sort of foster program, right? So, if you need a gate maybe it's like either like rent to own or fostering it. Like there's a gate that's a really good gate, but it doesn't really have a home, and you want to see if it works on your doors and your latches, in your enclosures. You know, you keep it around to see if it fits. I can see that, right? Because I know financially things can be a struggle and hard, and sometimes things we want to keep and protect, and the things that we need to do that, well, sometimes it's kind of that irony that if we sold off all the collection, we'd have the money to protect everything, but then we wouldn't need the things to protect it because we sold out and gave up on everything that we cared about. So why do you need to protect it anyway, right? I mean, to me, I'm a bit of a hoarder sometimes when it comes to collectibles. You know, that whole thing about being old enough that if you had the money when you were as a kid, all the things that you would have bought. And now that you're old enough, you try to go back and collect all the things that you loved. And now that toys and figures and all that stuff are much more a collector's game than just for kids, if you will. It's a catch-22 because there's more people paying attention to those, but they're a lot more expensive if they're graded or if they're kept well. You know, sometimes people inflate the value of it, so it's hard to come by. Yeah. But like I said, I would rather keep what I have, own it, present it in an honest way, protect it, and not sell out. You know, and or give away the things I value for a cheap penny just because I was short on cash one day or something. You know what I mean? Because they say that you can't take it with you. And then, you know, he who dies with the most toys still dies. But I don't know. Having all the toys that I can play with and share with all my friends seems a lot more fun than, I don't know, not having them. So yeah, I guess we kind of deterred a little bit through that, I guess, string of thought, but I guess really what I'm trying to say is whether you're owning the gate, trying to keep the gate, or you're just trying to hold the line, all those things are important. And, you know, I don't necessarily recommend putting things on the layaway or, you know, trying to offset something with the value of something valuable just to be able to use as a collateral of something else. But, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do, right? Sometimes we take risks. Right. Well, I guess that's all I really got to say. I hope it made sense. Definitely go ahead and leave a comment or like down below. Let me know if it made sense or not. And, well, hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And, you know, whatever you're doing, you know, make sure to hold the line. And if you want to, keep that gate. Until next time, bye!